Hello, everyone. Hey. Hi. Hello. I think I need to tell you what's going on. Okay? Anybody watches my stuff? Anybody out there confused? Anybody out there wondering why? Or maybe you just need some kind of explanation, or maybe you don't even know what's going on. Maybe you've never seen me before in your life. Well, I'm here to answer some questions for you. And I gotta admit, I have no idea if you're gonna like what you hear. I have no idea what you're going to think of me when I tell you this stuff, but I might as well tell you what's going on, how we got to where we are now, and what's going to happen now. So, people ask me a lot of questions. People say a lot of different things to me, and I just don't I don't know most of the time. I just do stuff, I they ask me why do you do what you do? They tell me I should do this, they just tell me I should do that, right? And then I sit there sometimes when I'm burnt out on my stream from sweating and doing different characters and stuff. I just sit there and I just stare into the camera and I'm like, man, just almost like I can feel like it's like I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know where I'm going. I don't know what to do next. All I can really do is try to do the next big thing or the next thing or just sit here and try to survive or whatever, Just try to survive on social media, you know? And if you sit there and you act a certain way, then people are going to think of you in a certain way. You know, you project yourself in a certain fashion, and who's ever watching you, they'll get an impression of you, and then once you break that impression or you go somewhere else, then they start to think of you different. And some people, I think they don't want to see me apologize. They don't want to see me sit here and admit that I'm wrong or admit defeat or anything. They don't want to see me weak. They just don't want to see me weak. They want to be empowered by me and what I do. And then you got the other side, you know, where it's almost like they want to see me weak. They want to see me sit here and yell around and you're done and all that. And I honestly don't even know. I don't even know. It's too much for my brain to even comprehend what is even going on, because it seems like there's so many different types of people who watch my streams. And the truth is, you could be in any category or you could be watching them for any reason. And it brings me to the next thing. Why do you do these characters? Why do you do this different stuff? What's going on, man? Okay. Well, I mean, I thought I was funny enough. I a while ago I started making videos and I just wanted to be funny, just as an artist. And to a certain point I realized that, I wasn't getting any attention. No one was watching in my videos. No, like it just seemed like, well, if you do not play along and make videos for other people, if you're only making videos for yourself, you're probably not going to get anywhere. So there has to be some effort. There has to be some work. You have to appeal to people in a certain way. And I started to realize all this stuff. And I was uploading videos and it was hard and it was painful because me and my background, maybe I'll tell you guys the story. Maybe I'll post a video of the story. I mean, to really put it in perspective, I've been through a lot of stuff. I've been through a lot of stuff. A lot of things have happened to me and all that. But, everyone's been through things. But here I am, you know, here I am in this position, have a bunch of subscribers and stuff. And it's like, for me, I don't know. Like, I don't really, like, it's not like it was planned. It's not like I planned to succeed. It's not like I planned to get this many subscribers. And I definitely didn't plan to know what to do if I even had that many people following me. Because, sometimes, through the stuff I've been through, sometimes you can feel like things are going really good. You're getting a lot of views, everything feels good, you're in the energy. And then sometimes it just doesn't seem like it's worth it. And then you got to decide, like, what is worth it? What am I doing? Am I really having fun? Or if I like what you could just go get a job at any time. You don't really have to do it. If you're really putting in that much energy, maybe I don't know, maybe it's just not for you. But anyways, basically, when I act really crazy on my streams, or if I could even get a good joke on my stream or do a cool character, I can get attention. But the truth is, I've done that so many times. I've already went through so many characters. I've already done so many impressions. I've already done so many things on my stream that for me, I just don't know if I'm ever going to be a bigger streamer than what I am. And so it's cool to get attention on my streams, right? And I've had some really crazy streams. I've had some insane streams, and I was on my stream in character, and then I was just joking. It was a big joke, and then it kind of got serious because people were thinking that I was in distress and stuff, almost like I was pretending or whatever on purpose. And then then I make this video said I lied about everything, and that's the title. And I look at that, I'm like, okay, I think people take it a little bit too serious or something. It's really hard to put it in perspective what's going on through everybody's mind. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's just like make good videos or don't, dude. Make good videos or don't. And so for me, I'm not really sure what people want from me. I don't know if they want me to just keep on being this character, be another character. I know it's pretty straining. It can be pretty stressful. It's pretty straining. It's pretty, but whose job isn't, And I used to be this person who would do jokes and be an artist, and I would draw stuff. And even if it was bad, I would still post it sometimes, And it seems like what I've noticed is some people have the common sense to not post certain things or only post it if it seems really good. But me, I just got into this cycle of just posting videos, And I started posting a lot of videos because I noticed like, well, if you just post a bunch of different stuff and sometimes you don't know what people will like, that's the thing. That's what I'm doing. I'm doing an artistic performance, and a lot of the time I find originality through doing random songs, random voices, random characters, and sometimes I don't really try to have too much of a punchline with that. So just acting completely crazy and doing random noises or random catchphrases or whatever, and trying to do it really well to the point where you're doing it so well that it can be considered good and be, enjoyed by people and stuff like that. And that's the reason why I posted so many videos. It wasn't when you say, "Oh wow, look at this guy's channel. He's posted so many videos," right? He's posted over 20,000 videos. That's absolutely ridiculous. Who does that? Well, there's some people that have posted a lot more than me. And here's the thing. I used to post a lot of videos and not really get too many subscribers. Okay, so posting a lot of videos is not going to get you subscribers. Okay, posting high quality videos, a lot of high quality videos, could get you subscribers. The thing about the thing that I'm doing is I'm acting. I'm trying to capture an acting performance. I'm trying to get better at just acting, And there's some people out there, they're so good at like just acting or whatever it is, their performance with their personality, the thing that they're doing, that makes people feel alive, makes them feel good, makes them feel relaxed, whatever. Some of those people could probably just post random videos of random whatever, and it wouldn't even matter what they were doing because they have so many fans. I mean, if they started posting videos like me, just post like 20 videos at a time, 20 videos a day or whatever, every other day, they would probably get a lot bigger if they did that. They're probably not going to do that, because I would just post like random stuff, and it fit with the style that I could post a lot of videos and do this style. So I wanted to do the style because I would be different. And that's the reason why I did the style, is because I would be different. The problem is when I first started making videos of me, making random noises and doing outrageous impressions, bizarre impressions, sometimes I just act any way that really feels in my imagination because, I have more of imagination than some people, if not most people. Some people don't even really have an imagination. They watch stuff and read stuff for other people to capture their imagination. But anyways, when I first started doing my videos of just random stuff and all of that, and just I used to do random lines, random impressions, and I did this for a long time, and I would post the videos, and I didn't really get too many followers. At first, I didn't get too many followers. And then, I started to realize when I would sit there and do these like hour-long sessions of me doing this and then go post all the clips, because I would just make like a loopable clip of something, just a really bizarre impression, these bizarre impressions that I do, acting like an animal, acting outrageous, acting just like ridiculously crazy, or ridiculously just intense or epic or whatever. There's so many different styles that you could do, and I just feel like I had unlimited options. That's why I did it. That's why I posted so many videos, because I felt like with these different acting impressions that I was doing, I had unlimited options, and I didn't need to have a high tier, platinum tier, whatever Hollywood script to really, do this acting that I don't think people would normally do, because in a professional setting, you usually need a script and you need something to go off of. But me, I'm like, well, I'm just going to do it out of my imagination. I'm just going to let this stuff come out artistically. But what I figured out was some of the stuff that came out was almost disturbing, almost just dark, just stuff that came out of me that, I realized that it's like, okay, this is actually some real stuff that you're portraying. And I feel like there's a reason to it. I feel like I feel empowered by posting this stuff after, going through a lot of things like mentally in my life and feeling ashamed that I was, going through certain things. And that's a whole nother story of what I've been through mentally. And I think what I've been through mentally helped me be able to do these characters. And I think there's a reason why some people can't do this kind of stuff, or they wouldn't do it, because my ideology, my psychology kind of, it leans towards it. It like for me, I, I've lived through a lot of different stuff, and I'm not here to give my whole life story, but I've been through some things, and I just feel like artistically, some of that stuff comes from some of that stuff. And so basically, to a certain point, I started to do this stuff for long periods of time, and I realized I'm gonna have to do this stuff for a long period. Like, I'm gonna have to do like long sessions all the time and to do this style. And then I realized it's like I'm an athlete now of this style, and I feel like I'm pioneering some kind of style, some kind of comedic style that hasn't really been done like the way that I'm doing it in such a fashion where I could post every day and I'm this character and it could be original every single time. So I mean, like, I'm capturing my own form of content. Capturing my own form of art, and not everybody understands that. And people think whatever it is they're gonna think. But I mean, I'm literally just like recording myself and posting random videos, and then people get they get things from that. They will say things. They will say I'm doing things, or like it's like a conspiracy. Like I'm acting like something I'm not on purpose to make people think that it's real. But no, it's just me being artistically entertaining in my own way. And honestly, it was really hard to do some of the stuff I did, because, a lot of people look at the stuff and they're like, they could see it for what it is and just be like, oh, dude, this is weird. This is crazy. This is too over the top. This is like too aggressive or too whatever. It's weird. That's what would happen. And the truth is, yeah, I mean, some of this stuff, it is like, it has some sort of emotion there that, basically when you're an actor, you're a professional actor, like in a movie setting, whatever, you have to take that emotion from the character and make it like, turn it into cinema and turn it into something that's entertaining. And a lot of the time, what happens in movies and stuff is, they use this sort of ideation of the character and turn it into something, and they amplify it, and people like that because it empowers them. When you take an emotion that's very real, like say insanity, just insanity in itself, there's a lot of ways to portray that in a lot of different ways, just controversially, politically. It involves himself, it integrates itself into a plot, into a story, and there's a lot of different characters. Villains can be associated with insanity, and them doing certain things and having motives that are outside of the hero's realm of decision making. And and it comes from their background and stuff like that. Now, really, to see, here's the thing. So to really put myself in a category and say that, okay, an actor is portraying something that isn't real, and they try to make it real. So if they're doing something like insanity or whatever, then then obviously it wouldn't be real, but they would be like, there might be some real substance to it, and that's where the actor talent comes from, is because they can take some emotion and make it into turn it into cinema, and that's the challenge. Now, for me, that's a scary reality to say, okay, you're actually insane, and then you're doing this artistically, and you're trying to make it entertaining for people, but you're actually crazy, and these are things that you actually feel, and so that becomes almost disturbing in itself. But what am I supposed to do? Not do my art? I mean, certain people are going to appreciate what I do, and some people are not. And so, whenever people watch my stuff, I mean, sometimes maybe they weren't trying to see it. Maybe they would think, well, I would be better off if I didn't see that. I mean, that was kind of a little bit nutty, or I don't know what people think most of the time. To really take it to the extreme and say that my stuff is genuinely disturbing, I mean, I just don't. I mean, I don't know. It's just like I'm just goofing off and stuff. And I just think that some of the stuff could be relatable to people enough that I could help them, and that maybe they could learn something or something from what I'm doing. But on the other side, people will look at my stuff and they can create any kind of theory that they want about me and just say whatever they want and just make up a big story, or whatever it is they want to do. And what am I supposed to do? I mean, I'm just like posting videos and doing my stuff, and I just don't think people understand what I'm doing. They don't understand what I'm doing. And I just did my own thing. I did my own stuff. I did what I wanted to do. You know what I mean? I mean, what am I supposed to do? I'm supposed to sit here and listen to other people, and they're going to say this or that, and they're going to, I recommend you don't do that. It's like, whatever, man. I live in the United States, and, I live in the United States. I'm going to do what it is I want to do. That's it. I mean, I'm gonna do what it is I want to do. I mean, if a lot of people look at what I do, and they might think, "Wow, that's not comedy." Okay, well, it's some sort of performance that I'm trying to bring out. And sometimes I think I do stuff that maybe be like, sometimes I would take pictures of myself or do stuff that was like genuinely trying to be disturbing, just almost because I was bored. I was like, I'm just trying to act a specific way just to see what people think. And when you say like, you're just acting that way for views, you're just playing that character for views, or you're doing this to make people think that it's not real, so then whatever. I mean, whatever, like, for me, it's like, okay, people do things for views, people do things for money, everybody wants to make money. I obviously want to make money, everyone wants to make money. Now, for me, have I really made that much money? Not really. I mean, honestly, with the amount of effort I put in, I mean, I would have probably been way better off just trying to be a more professional actor with a, well-written script and stuff, and trying to be in a more professional setting, maybe trying to get some parts in some low-budget films or something. But, honestly, I mean, just being independent is pretty great, because you can just do whatever you want, and you post the video, and if it doesn't get a good response, then you just make the next one, So, I mean, for people to really look at me and think stuff about me, I mean, I have a lot of things that I could talk about with me and just what's going on with me mentally or whatever. I'm pretty okay, though. I'm pretty okay. I'm just trying to relax, and it's just pretty crazy that I have this many people following me. And, I have no idea who the people are who are following me, or why they followed me, or I guess they probably just thought it was funny. And so I just try to make the best stuff possible. And sometimes it just might not turn out the way I want it. And I used to make all sorts of videos, and, it just seems like, to me, not a lot of people understand what's going on. They just don't understand what's going on. And so for me, it's just like, well, move on to the next video and move on to the next thing. But at this point, I almost feel like a deer in headlights, like, oh, you got me. Like, maybe more people are starting to pay attention, because before, I used to make videos talking about this stuff. I used to talk about what I was doing and why I was doing it. I mean, you go look back, and I used to talk about it, but no one would talk back. There was very little interaction with me when I would actually post a video, even though I was probably getting like a bunch of views on my other stuff. I guess I could have posted it in shorts, but I don't know. I've tried to talk on my streams before, talk about what I'm doing, and it just seems like not very many people are there to listen to an actor, give them an acting school lecture or something. I haven't even been to acting school, so I'm pretty much a self-taught actor, whatever. But I mean, really, even to call myself an actor, like, I do stuff from real emotion and real, you know, real stuff that happened to me, and I try to make it into funny stuff. So a lot of the time, if I'm acting really bizarre or crazy or whatever, I'm putting that out there in a way that I want it to be high quality and be entertaining people, right? And and make them feel good or relaxed or empowered or entertained, whatever, because people are looking for a lot of different things when they watch stuff, and they might not even realize that this kind of makes you feel good in a specific way. This makes you feel comfortable. This makes you feel whatever it is. This made me laugh. This was entertaining. I think this had some good perspective, whatever it is you're watching. And so I try to make my stuff as original as possible. And it's just, I don't know, it's just taken on a form. It's taken on a shape. It's taken on whatever it is now. And now I just have to like sit here and just be like, you know, try to move forward. And I don't know what's going to happen now, because I never really expected this to happen. And it's pretty insane. But, whenever people say that I'm posting the same video over and over again, I'm really not. I'm trying to capture an artistic performance. I try to come up with new catchphrases a lot, and I try to do new characters. The truth is, though, I've just done so much of these characters and all this stuff I'm doing. I've done it so much to the point where it's almost like, where do I go from here? Where do I go from here? And it almost seems like if I'm not in a movie with a high tier script or something, or at least here on my channel saying something that, enough people to make it worth it are going to listen or whatever, then, it's just, what do I do? I guess I just try to artistically come up with something, and I have my techniques. I find originality in doing the acting performances that I do, portraying certain emotions and the way I feel in that day, sometimes yelling around, and, and I don't know. I mean, like for me, I've been pretty angry in my life. A lot of people do get angry. People be angry in certain ways. Now, not everybody's going to try to be as positive as me. And that's the thing. There's a lot of negativity in the world. There's a lot of different emotions. There's a lot of different, things that it just sucks that certain things exist, and certain things just seems like some people go through things and it doesn't get better for them, or they have to experience life and work a normal job or whatever it is they do. And I don't know, this is me trying to do something for myself, I guess, in a very absurd, abstract way or whatever, or non-traditional way, or trying to make myself a career out of something that maybe was pretty much just not going to work out from the beginning. So at this point, it's like, okay, well, try to talk to them, try to talk to these people, try to talk to you guys on videos, try to do something. But at this point, I'm not really sure, and to really be so inwardly focused on myself and so like just dialed in on this stuff. I mean, for me, I've been doing this for a while. I've been streaming for a while. Some people know me. If they stick around long enough, they'll get to know me. They'll get to know what's going on. But I do think there's a certain level of just mental capacity of maybe there's only so much of me you could take, or, maybe, for me, it's just like, how long can I gain someone's interest? How long can I entertain you for, really? I mean, because that's really what it comes down to. And yeah, I do feel like I've done some performances that have never been seen before, and people are maybe a little bit confused, like, what is this guy doing? It almost seems like a thing where it's like, you could say so many, and this, I don't mean to repeat myself in this, but you could say a lot about what I'm doing, and I just don't think anybody really wants to understand me. And I don't know. I mean, I only have so much time, so it's like I try to post videos, but if someone wants to say this or that, then it's really whatever, And if you don't really take the time to know someone, and you're just gonna say little things on the outside and just whatever, then I mean, what do you expect, And that's just the truth about anybody online. I mean, people make videos about other people all the time, but the truth is, like, you'll probably never fully understand a human being unless you like spend time getting to know them, like personally or something, like, I don't know, just seems like not a lot of people seem to really care about the backstory. No one really cares to look behind the scenes or whatever. But maybe some of you guys are starting to be a little bit more curious, like, okay, what is going on? Maybe there's more going on, because I think some people look at it and they can just see it for what it is. They're like, oh, it's just another YouTuber or whatever. So, anyways, guys, I didn't mean to talk too long on this, but thank you so much. I'm done. I'm done. It's over. And the point of this video was to pretty much clarify what is happening and just let you know, like, honestly, it's been pretty crazy, but I have no idea what's going to happen now. And I'm going to try to make content. I'm pretty much trying to make some random content, but that's it. Thanks, guys.